Hello and welcome to Paradox, Untold Stories from Athletic Directors with Dr. Danielle Lapointe and Dr. Dustin Smith. We have some crazy and unique stories for you, which are made possible by our sponsor, Wall of Fame. At the Wall of Fame, our mission is to bring your school's legacy to life. We transform school tributes to make it easier than ever to celebrate your whole community, showcasing your school's diverse history, proudest moments, and top role models. We understand that the true value of our Wall of Fame is in your content. Whether you are starting a new tribute or adding to an existing one, we give you all the resources you need to build an interactive experience and take your content to the next level. Speaking of next level, let's check in to see what Danielle and Dustin have for us today.
We are excited to be back today from the summer. And today we have Lisa Corprew with us. How are you doing today, Lisa?
Hey, it's a great day to be a Marlin.
It is a great day to be Paradox because we are back and I have missed hanging out with Dustin and all of our ADs and really sharing those crazy stories. So I'm happy to be here. How about you, Dustin?
Man, I'm excited. I'm really pumped about this because we are kicking off I guess, the fall season, whatever you want to call it. We've come back from summer, just a lot of life changes in my world and things that were going on. But we, I didn't want to go anywhere else than my good friend Lisa C. We serve on the board together, and I've gotten to experience just the incredible leader that she is. She's been a great I don't know if I could say a sounding board for me. So she sits in the board meeting until this last time. I guess I got in trouble because I got seated next to her the first board meeting, and then this time I got moved up to right next to the president elect. And I think it's like going to the principal's office. I got moved up there. Lisa C stayed across the way from me. So I just have to text her every now and again and say, "Hey, here's my comment of this." And
Mhm.
um, but man, Lisa C, I'm pumped to have you on here. You and I have talked about this for a while, and Lisa can attest to this. At the board meeting, this most recent board meeting, I got duped. They told me we had some hot chicken there, and they told me that
Oh,
there
it
was
was
some
hot.
mild chicken. So I got the mild version, what I thought was the mild, and it wasn't the mild. It was the hot. And
It was the mild hot, but you just poor little runny nose self. You just couldn't.
I mean, you're gonna come swinging like that right off the bat, Corprew?
My bad. My bad.
Yeah. See, it may not be a great day to be a Marlin, and we keep
It's
on.
always a great day.
Well, at least she got to experience my comments because the whole afternoon it was just my nose was running the whole time. It was just, and everybody else didn't think it was hot. I thought it was like scalding. I mean, I thought it was like in fuego hot, but Lisa, it wasn't a big deal for her.
Oh, it was hot to me. I just, you never let them see you sweat.
She handled it better than you did,
Yeah,
apparently, Dustin.
that would have been a good thing to hit me with. Just put that in the text, Lisa. You could have just said, "Don't let them see you sweat," and I'd
I
have been
just,
good.
I just thought of it.
Yeah, okay. So Lisa C and I serve on the board together, and man, Lisa, I am pumped to have you on here. We've talked even on the trips we had some time, so we had some visits on our journeys to our activities for the evening. So Lisa and I have gotten to spend some time um, just getting to know each other, getting to understand just the kind of leader she is. So, Lisa, what I love to do to start with, tell us who you are. Tell us what the resume is not going to tell us about who Lisa Corprew is. The stuff that, if there is such a thing as life outside of being an AD, what makes you who you are, and just kind of give the listeners a little bit of insight into who Lisa C is.
Okay, well, I guess I need to start by telling you that I don't know that life outside of being an AD is any different because I get the fortune of serving at the high school where I graduated. So I tell people I get to walk around like Dorothy with my little red slippers on, and I get to click 3 times, and there's no place like home. So I love that I get to serve in this community. The cool thing is, well, I started as maybe like the big sister. Then, you transition into the the auntie. I don't know if I'm becoming a mother figure now. I might be moving on the grandma side a little. I'm about to start my 25th year here at Bayside. So a lot of my classmates and their families have come through Bayside. I'm fortunate to get to sit in this seat every day. But outside of Bayside, uh, I used to, when I could still run a little, played a little softball. Once I figured out that what is it they say, you're getting a little long in the tooth. The softball team that I was playing on, they start bringing out the big old music boxes, and the music is not quite what you're used to with all the profane words and little kids running around. Decided that softball probably wasn't for me any longer. I found CrossFit. So I go to a CrossFit gym. I try to go 4 days a week. I told him that I was going to be on the CrossFit Games as a senior athlete. I got a little work to do, but that's kind of me outside of Bayside, really. But most of the time, when I'm not here at Bayside, I am supporting Bayside. So that's me.
So let
Wait, before we go on, let me tell you about me. So I go to Chick-fil-A yesterday, and I kind of have on. I usually wear some Bayside stuff. This is just everything that I have in my closet. So I go to the Chick-fil-A to get my lunch, and one of the guys is a Bayside grad. He said, "Corprew, why do you have that uniform on today?" I was like, "Wait, this isn't a uniform. This is just what I wear to work." He said, "Well, don't you have any drip outside of Bayside? I know you got something."
Oh, wow.
It's like, well, Bayside can't have drip? I don't understand. He said, "No, it's the summer." Well, I am Bayside in the summer. What do you mean it's the summer?
you don't ever get to take that off, do you?
I don't know if there's anything else in my closet too.
I know there's some NIAAA board member stuff because I've seen you wearing that at the board meetings. So,
One or two pieces.
okay. So let's do this. Paint on a map where Bayside is. So people who won't know, this is our second trip to Virginia, and we talked about this before we recorded. We had Jim Harris on here. Now Jim got kicked out of a JV basketball game as a head coach. Lisa, I don't know if you can top that, but he got kicked out of a JV game as a head coach. But anyway, paint on a map for us where Bayside's located in Virginia.
Okay, so if you come as far east in Virginia, like you almost drive almost to the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, about 9 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean and about 4 miles from the Chesapeake Bay, you'll find this cute little red and gold star where Bayside sits on the Haygood Road.
So it's
Sounds like a
truly
great place.
Bayside.
Yep.
I mean, it lives up to its name. So you're as far east as you can go and still be a city in Virginia.
Correct.
Okay. So what we like to do is talk about, and Lisa and I, we could go on and on just about some back and forth, and we can talk about drip if you want to. But what Danielle loves to talk about is the stories and the things that you've experienced. And I know in 25 years, even though it's your hometown, it's your home school, it's your alma mater, that you've got to have some kind of story or something to tell about things that just blow your mind as an athletic administrator.
Well, working with adults every day, you'd think that we actually chose you to guide our children, and I still trust you every day. Um, but you still have a job.
You just
I do have.
encompass like our entire podcast right there.
Wait,
Uh,
this is education-based athletics, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
it's the plan.
Correct. Well, I do have a couple stories. Let me start with so every year I used to do this basically like a varsity athletic awards banquet. So each season you do your awards banquet, but if you lettered in an event, what I used to do is I thought I was branding Bayside or making us cool. You know, do you remember seeing those like whatever and then the athletics, the XXL athletics shirts?
Yep.
All of our athletes used to really, really like look forward to that event at the end of the year. when I could do that. So each year, each season, the coaches would get to come on and say a little synopsis of their season. So this particular event, my football coach gets on the microphone and he says, "And y'all know what? We are going to win the state title next year." So my super excited self, after I get to come on and announce the next game, and I'm screaming. Usually when I get excited, I get like this super high pitched voice. And I'm super excited and doing all this stuff, and the kids are looking like, "What is she talking about? What's wrong with this woman?" I want y'all to know that next season, we went 0-10. So let me tell you what I learned from that story. That I'm just gonna wait and see how the season goes. I'm not gonna pre-announce anything.
So he was bold enough to say we're going to win a state title and didn't win a game.
Well, not only that, he was bold enough to say it, but I was bold enough to repeat it after him. So, and that year, the athletic trainers bet that they would not wear shorts. They would wear shorts until we won a game. So they went the entire season. That year was the coldest season in Virginia. Poor people.
So
they
drip
had
of
like
another. There's a whole nother definition of drip for that.
correct. They had on their polo, their big polar bear. What do you call those big jackets that you wear? Parkas and shorts on, because we didn't win a game that season.
You must jinxed them.
I think I did.
So
one of the receivers that year come to the side like, "Coach, he's calling audibles on a run play. I don't understand."
So let me ask this question, Lisa C. He's bold enough to say we're gonna win a state title. You repeat this. Did he keep his job after being 0-10?
Of course, we already talked about this working with adults. Of course he did.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I repeated it.
You just repeated his confidence, right? I mean, our coach is supposed to know we got their back.
Yes, absolutely. Because winning comes first.
They're also supposed to know what kind of team they have that year.
Well, they should. Maybe.
I mean, just saying.
But you said winning comes first. You need to win first before you can win the state title. So, were you saying even then that it was a great day to be a Marlin? Even then?
Yes, I have always said it's a great day to be a Marlin because you still have to find something great about the day.
So even 0-10, it's a great day to be a Marlin.
Yeah, and even if the day was miserable, at least you could go home to a made bed. That's the one thing you do is make your bed. So it had to be a great day.
Man, I've read a book about that. I think you make your bed.
Yeah, that's how you start and end your day, right?
Yeah, making a bed. Now, let me ask you this. At the NIAAA board meetings, do you make your bed in that hotel?
I do.
Do you really?
I do.
Man, that's big time right there.
That's my one little contribution to the world.
That you could do that. Now, I'm not going to ask you to give any information on any of the board members. We've had some get on here and try to defend themselves. We've had some that go on here and tried to, said they won a state title, or they're winning a state title. Maybe they're 0-10. So I'm not going to ask anything about that kind of nonsense that may happen in the boardroom or the competitions, when you're throwing bags or whatever. And I will say this, Lisa's kind of a silent assassin with the bags. She's kind of just, she's got this little kick flip with her back foot that she does. And she was money with the bags in the bag-o turn, but I'll just leave it at that.
No, I was just having a great day that day. Sometimes the sun will shine on a horse on any given day. So that was my day. I still think we were robbed because if we would have played on the other set of boards, we would have won.
Yeah, because that one we were on, it was always tilted. It was turned away from you. And where you and I threw from, it gave you a smaller area to hit.
Had a little lean.
Yeah. Danielle has no clue what we're talking about, but
no, sorry.
I just hear whining. You guys are just whining. We lost. You're making excuses right now, guys.
Well, I was the first place loser.
Lisa C went in saying she was going to be the state champ, and then
Did not what
I
happened.
didn't
I
win a single round. We got beat in the first round.
So
a single elimination tournament. Yep, that was it.
Yeah, the only way we won was because there was a bye the first round. Somebody else had to play into us.
Sometimes you just have to find the little things that make you happy.
How about golf the night before? How'd you do in the putt-putt?
Oh, I basically picked my ball up every hole. You could only shoot 5 times, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. We could get
Okay,
off
sorry.
because you didn't say you were winning a golf championship. You didn't say you were winning a Bago championship. So let's jump back into stories where I'm not dominating this. We'll let you talk and we'll just ask questions based off of that.
All right, let's go to the people that we need the most in our buildings. How about our custodians? I had this one custodian. I don't know if he had bad eyes or if he just did not have his glasses on this particular day. But at the end of the night, he is so the way that our field is set up. We used to put ropes across for crowd control to keep people off of the track. I don't know why he didn't realize that the rope was across the track while he was driving the golf cart,
oh.
but
Oh no.
so he basically is going full speed. What are those golf carts can top out at like 15, 20 miles an hour or something like that? Well, he managed to decapitate himself the first time going around the track. This I get I and I don't know why our basketball coach at the time was announcing the game. He actually asked him for a ride, so I guess he must have missed him decapitating himself the first time going around the track. So they go around the arch and he runs into another rope. And you know when the whole golf cart just basically did this and then it smashes to the ground. Yeah, that was fun. How do you explain that to a crew of people? Uh,
Wait. I mean, wait a minute. So if something like this happens once, you're like, okay, shame on you, right? But the second time,
yeah, I couldn't run fast enough to get him off of the golf cart. I'm just telling you. It was I have this little saying that, you just cannot make this stuff up. I'm telling you, I can't make it up.
they
So
It
did.
happened
Was everybody
twice.
okay? Was everybody okay?
Everyone was okay. My basketball coach never asked to ride the golf cart with him again, and I don't think we even let him drive the golf cart anymore after that.
Was the golf cart okay?
Can't believe, yes, takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
so I'm just envisioning it popping a wheelie basically.
2
Not
times.
not intended to, but it popped a wheelie and then slammed back down to the ground. Did it harm the rope at all?
I can't believe the rope didn't pop or the fence did not bend, but no,
Right.
it stayed intact. I can't believe it.
Twice.
Twice.
So the
Because
basketball
once
coach,
wasn't
he had
enough.
seen him. He
Oh.
saw him run into the rope the
No,
first time.
I don't think he saw him the first time, and I was, like, on the other side of the field, so I couldn't even get to him fast enough to say, like, "Hey, take the ropes down first, man. What are you
I
doing?"
feel like you need to just have like a policy where you use just the flags, like the flags that hang down off of the rope. Like that's what
Uh,
your ropes need to be like from now on.
oh, that's what we do use now. That's what I learned from that. We don't tie ropes across anymore, we have the flags.
So was there like an audible gasp from the crowd that saw this, or
Luckily for us, it was a very low attended game. It may have even been a JV game that night, but there weren't very many people there, and it was at the end of the night, thank goodness. So not very many people saw the event.
but you saw it
I saw it. I heard it
twice?
2 times.
Is it
Now, what I'm
recorded?
envisioning
Is
is
it?
you
Is
trying
there?
to
Is
run
there?
to him and trying to catch him and say, no, no, just stop right there, but you're not
Like
able to get
what?
there.
He's not listening on the radio, so you just gotta run and catch him. Get
So wait a
Oh,
minute.
what are you doing?
He had a radio?
Well,
Oh,
I cannot, I can't, I don't know. I don't know.
confirm nor deny.
I
You're not
confirm
gonna.
or, yeah, yeah,
But your statement is true. He wasn't listening to the radio. We just don't know if there was a radio that in his possession.
correct.
Correct. Okay.
Again, correct.
This story could have been so much worse. Like, there could have been injuries. There could have been golf cart casualties. I mean, you could have hurt the track. Like, there's so many, the fence, like you said, there's so many
Could
things
have
that
made
really could
national
have.
news. Yeah.
I mean, there could have been a real decapitation, like you mentioned. Like, a
So
lot of
what was
things.
your plan while you were running towards him? What were you going to do? Just try to stop him?
I was just going to ask him to slow down and take the rope down because we don't want any injuries in what we do.
So did that become part of your emergency action plan? If the ropes are up, don't drive a golf cart into him.
Thank you. Correct.
Man, that is. You don't think you need to think about things that are very simple, like don't drive into ropes. But the point is you have to think about these things.
You know, as a part of the, pregame setup and the postgame takedown, did you not remember that you put the ropes up in the first place? I mean, you set the field up.
They
Dude.
are the ones who put the field up, so it wasn't like they didn't know
It's
that
like
they were there.
correct. Well,
Oh, that's worse.
That
That
things
is
that
worse.
make you go,
Yeah, Lisa C just said, "Well," like you should know. Like there's a comedian that says, "Here's your sign."
Oh yeah, mayonnaise. What's
Yeah,
his name? There's
Bill
your
Engvall.
sign. I forgot his name though. Yeah.
I mean, you would think if somebody put up the rope that they would have an idea that said rope was there.
They forgot. They didn't have their glasses. It was dark. There were no lights.
No. No.
No one told me.
All right, I'll take that one.
I mean, I'm trying to wrap my mind around, and just the fact that you saw it happen not once but twice.
I wasn't fast enough to get there. I'm just the first time I could have prevented the second occurrence, but I just wasn't fast enough. That's all I got for you, Dustin.
That's why you
all I got.
That's why you went CrossFit. That's when they said you were long in the tooth. You jumped to CrossFit then, trying to get faster.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That is special. That is special. I'm just thinking somebody else set up the field and this person just didn't know and it kind of blended in with whatever background you have. Like, I'm giving some serious benefit of the doubt to the driver here, but that is not the case.
I'm not saying that we called him radio, but he wasn't far from being called radio.
I understand.
Yeah.
Do you know the reference, Danielle?
Yeah.
Yes, and we're not going to play this game. It's a new season. It's a new fun thing, Dustin. You're going to get off my back.
What I missed something? What did I miss?
Oh, Danielle's not what we would call cultured.
That's not true. He likes to say that, but it's not true. It's not true.
That's a lie.
I didn't know who Charlie Pride was, and I haven't lived it down since, Lisa. That's the problem. But I wasn't alive. So there's that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
So, anyway, I understand. Well, and where was radio filmed at? Was that based out of Virginia?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, Remember the Titans was based out of Virginia, but
Remember the Titans for sure.
Radio, I don't think radio. I thought it was maybe in the Northeast, but
I don't know.
But it's not Virginia. What you're telling me is not VIAAA.
No, I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
It's not. I never heard any of those stories on in any board meetings or any dinners or anything like that. So no.
I think. I'm just amazed that it didn't happen just once. Not twice in the season, but twice in the same night.
In the same night.
I mean, within minutes of each other.
Within minutes.
South Carolina, for all of you wondering,
even.
South Carolina is where it was filmed.
Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a buffer there. That's between. I mean, North Carolina's between them.
But He set up the field. I'm sorry, I can't.
He did. Here, I have a basketball parent story. So we used to, we used to play basketball here on Saturday mornings. So, I would coach JV basketball in the beginning, and then the boys would play. But somehow, maybe I was not coaching at this time, but um, it was a JV girls game, and one of the little girls rebound underneath the basket. She goes down. We don't know why she's going down. And our trainers come out, the coaches come out, and here comes her dad. I'm trying to like go across the court to meet him to let him know that the athletic trainers have to assess the injury before he goes out on the court. We'll just let us take care of your kid before you do that. Well, he wasn't listening to me, and I wanna say that this dad was probably, maybe 6'4", 6'5", 250. So as a former basketball player, I proceeded to use the skills that I learned as a player, and I'm trying to box this dad out to keep him all 5'3" of me to keep him off the court, like, "Sir, sir, sir, sir." You turn around like, "Sir, you can't go on the court." It was like my first or second or third year as an athletic administrator, I'm guessing. I definitely could not have been coaching because it was definitely a girls' basketball game. But as I reflect back on that incident, I definitely would have probably used the police officer to maybe intervene to keep him off of the court instead of me trying to go in like, "Sir, sir, sir, sir."
The shuffle.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
what Lisa didn't say, and she just kind of glossed past it. She is not 6'3" or 6'4", and she just kind of said, "I don't know if you caught it, Danielle, but she said her 5'3" self."
Well, I did, but like that's my life, so it was
So,
normal. It's just what you do.
Right.
Hmm.
and so I'm picturing this, and here's my picture, Lisa C. I'm picturing you trying to block out Throny or Rich Barton because I've seen a picture of you between those two.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
just envisioning you trying to block out one of those two.
Yes, in all of those LTI classes that we've taken, I was just thinking about the number of solutions, and that wasn't one of them that they've ever given us.
So, were you able to hold off the dad?
Somehow he actually, I guess maybe the millionth sir, you can't go on the court. He probably stopped, because his actually I think they were probably taking his daughter off of the court, so he was okay with that. So it had nothing to do with me, maybe, but yeah, it worked.
So, I'm trying to go back to you said a JV girls basketball game on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, so there were probably maybe him and 4 other parents in the stands.
Is there video of you trying to block him out?
No, this is prior to Pixelot, so we're good.
Okay, so
I'm more
I would
interested in
love
the
to just see
video.
that.
I was saying I'm more interested in the video with the golf cart though. I want to see that video. Wow.
No, prior to Pixelot.
I just want to see Lisa C out there trying to block out. And not that you couldn't block out, because I know you got a basketball background, but
I was pretty
I'm
good at boxing out. Don't ask me to shoot, but I could box out.
I love the fact that you said I'm gonna put my skills to work. What I learned, I'm gonna put my skills to work. And I've never thought about trying to block out a parent. Maybe that's a great idea.
Sometimes. I don't
So
know.
you've
Parents
done
are a
this
little
multiple
different
times.
post-COVID. No, just
Yeah,
once.
this is COVID. We had to keep a 6-foot barrier, so you couldn't
Correct.
have done it in COVID. But
No,
so you were the whole time you were saying, "Sir, you can't go on the court. Sir, you can't go on the court." So it sounded like you're on repeat,
it sounded like it.
and then you had to get physical.
Never had to get physical because there's still like a little barrier between us. As he was inching forward, I would go a little back just to keep a little space. I mean, I guess at some point he could have really knocked me out, but he decided to be gracious and only go on the court.
So was his daughter okay?
She was okay. She walked off after that.
Oh, so she walked. So it wasn't
Bag
like
of ice in hand. Yeah, it wasn't like
they
It
didn't have
wasn't
to
like a
call
collecting
the
big
mass.
bad
ambulance.
injury. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Right. So I mean, I'm just seeing you trying to mirror him as he's coming out. You're trying to like, oh no, I can. So he didn't go Barry Sanders on you and just kind of leave you in the wake.
No, I was still quicker at the time, so it was fine.
You were successful.
See, Dustin, you're looking at this the wrong way. You're taller, so you think that being 5'3" is a disadvantage. Is not how I view it. Mm-mm.
Thank you, Danielle.
No,
Yeah,
see,
no, she could like you want to try to box out or keep people away. You go for the legs. You are quicker. There's a whole bunch of different options you can have. So I'm not looking at this as a disadvantage whatsoever.
I wasn't saying as a disadvantage. I'm just picturing, and so the visual in my mind is Steve Throne and Lisa
Mm-hmm.
C.
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa C trying to block out Steve Throne. That's what's in my mind.
Yeah.
Lisa C is winning.
Yeah, no question.
None.
I mean, Throney's not real agile.
Well,
Leave him
I don't
alone.
know.
I know.
I'm not going to touch that one. I'm not touching that one.
You're like, there's a challenge coming up.
I'm not touching that one.
Throney is a great dude, but that's just my visual. I know Throney's way taller than 6'4", but
Yeah, he's probably like 6'12" and a half.
yeah, I mean,
That's my favorite height I've ever heard.
6'12" and a half. Now, when we did have Throney on here, Lisa C, he did talk about him being in a gator, and the gator was like a shrine car to him.
An airport or an airplane seat is worse.
I can't imagine, like, just me sitting in a airplane seat. It's tight. If you're taller than 5'3" and a half, I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm. I know. I agree. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Throney
For
has
sure.
to dunk everywhere he goes. He just ducks that
Everywhere.
head no matter what.
I used to have an assistant who played basketball at Syracuse. He would sometimes forget to duck. I was like, I'll never have that issue.
So let me go back to the rope story. Would you have made it under the rope, or would you have hit the rope?
Wait, now you've gone too far, Dustin.
Cut him off. Mm-hmm. Well, I really enjoyed some of your stories. But I just, as we're wrapping things up, I was wondering if you wanted to make any predictions for this upcoming season.
No.
That was a quick no, too. She didn't even think about it. Is there a state championship in your future at Bayside?
Eventually, yes. Just I cannot tell you which season it's going to happen or what team it's going to happen for, but we definitely will get a state title someday.
I like it. I love the confidence. How many do you have in your trophy case?
Oh man, you would ask me that. We have a couple, 1, 2, or 3, or 10, or 15, 16, 17, something like that.
And that's a big disparity. You went from 2 to 3 to 15 or 16. Like, yeah, like is your trophy case running over? Is that what you're telling me?
Our most proud moment is our back-to-back state titles in 90 and 91. So in basketball, we brought the first state titles to the beach.
So I'm thinking, if I'm doing the math here, 25 years. Were you coaching then, or were you an administrator then?
I was a kid. Thank you. Dustin.
Oh,
thanks.
oh. The student with it.
Mm-hmm.
You were in Bayside.
Yes, I got to live the dream. Like I say every day, living the dream. Yeah.
Right. Now, what we won't do is we won't go into the pudding story. That's a whole different. That's a conversation between me and C. But we won't talk about that, Danielle. But then, C, I've just enjoyed. You're always a laugh. We always have a good time whenever we have a conversation. I just laugh, and you love life, and that's what I enjoy about who Lisa C is, because life is a party. Every day we have a good time, and I've just enjoyed you taking the time to get on here with us and spend some time and tell us about Bayside, tell us about some of the fun things you've experienced, and let us get to know you a little bit. So thank you for joining us today, Lisa.
Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity. Nice to meet you, Danielle.
Yes, awesome. This was great, and I wish you luck this upcoming school year and all of your sports. I hope you don't jinx them again, and thank you for being with us.
Oh, wait, we're supposed to end on a win.
Yeah, a W. It's a great day to be a Marlin. That's
I
what
It's
we're
a
said
saying.
great
I
day.
hope you don't. That is positive.
Danielle's firing shots. I'm trying to be positive, and she's firing shots at
There I go. I'm having to bob and weave again. Bobbing
Bob.
and weaving.
I just I just want you to update us on your like first game and be like, we won, we're in the clear.
I'm gonna exactly, even if we don't.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna listen to. C's just gonna say we won. We're just write it down. They won.
We won at something, even if it was not on the scoreboard.
That's
See,
funny.
you've been awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, y'all. Have a great day.
That wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsor, Wall of Fame, who excels at telling your school's stories and supports us in telling ours. Check out the description of this episode for a link to receive a discount on all Wall of Fame products. We are looking forward to the next story and hope you are too.